in Lakesh and Veritas. Everyone, welcome to High Frequency Living. This is Ahad Rasul here from Florida. As you guys can see in my background, I got Tavares and Lakesh Tavares.
Lakesh, man.
All right, this is Elevation After Dark. Elevation After Dark, but it's so funny. I got this sunset behind me here, but I expect that in 20 minutes it'll be actually after dark
Yeah,
elevation on my end. So if I start fading out, you seeing me less and less. That's why. 'Cause that was the intended goals that we did it after dark.
live
We're picking up a
the time.
thread from last week where we a um, started a practice, which was the alkaline breath work. We did a kind of rhythmic version of alkaline breath work that you put together and you guided us through. And then we were feeling so high off our own supply last week. We were like, let's do it again, but let's do let's do breath of fire. Let's make it even harder. And let's
Yeah, I'm like, all
everybody
right.
everybody who was on the stream kind of had that same kind of sentiment as well, which I'm grateful for.
Yeah,
Everybody was like, "Yeah, let's do it. We're looking forward to it." And they were saying we had quite a few good responses on people's experience from the alkaline breath work that you did, the rhythmic version. Um, so everybody was engaged, speaking about the different levels of difficulty, some of the challenges, and other things like that that came up. So we want to build off of that, and we want to keep everyone, our whole crew, engaged and a part of this process, and us kind of growing together in some of these practices. So we are gonna pick up that thread tonight with Breath of Fire. We're gonna do um, a version of Breath of Fire that is appropriate for a live stream, at night. That's not going to juice us up too much and have us up all night. However, it's going to give us a taste of the juice, a taste of the power. And Tavares, you're going to guide it live rather than doing the audio like you did last week, which is a treat for everyone as well. Speaking of everyone, want to welcome everybody to the chat. So if you're on the live stream, I always encourage just send a wave, a Enlakesh and Veritas, a good evening, anything you like in the chat, just so that we know you're here and we can count you and we can count you as a part of our group. So I see in here Terry from New York. Good evening. We got Gina, as always, Enlakesh and Veritas. We got we got we have Stacy in Lakesh and Veritas. We have our sponsor for High Frequency Living, as a whole, in Lakesh Studio One, in the chat as well. In Lakesh Studio One is a business that is a direct affiliate, partner, and ally of the Sun's work. And Lakesh Studio One has a branch off that specializes in certain of the areas that of the sun has and Ms. Lauta have developed over time, certain practices and skill sets. The Call for Truth Divination card, Quantum Light Property Clearing, and Lakesh 301 has kind of made a little offering that focuses heavily on a couple of those areas and really flushes out what people need in those experiences. And Lakesh 301 does Call for the Truth Divination card readings. We do. We have a free version that Lakesh Studio One offers via conference once a month, which is amazing. And then we also have a service that is offered consistently as well through Lakesh Studio One, where you can get a 1 card, 3 card, or 9 card spread. So Tavares, I know you've had that. You've been to a couple of the events, the Truth and Tea event, card readings. You want to say a little bit of what you've experienced, and then I'm gonna do some more shout outs.
yeah. So I'd be happy to. I have attended a number of Diane's Call for the Truth divination card readings. I've attended Truth and Tea as well, and I'm an avid user of the cards. Every single day, I'm doing card pulls, and matter of fact, I got a card up right now on my desk just to show you how real it
I love
is.
it. I love it.
Freedom. As we free ourselves, we awaken the others that are asleep. However, the uniqueness of being in those sessions, it's so cool when you can see the truth of the cards, no pun intended, in such an interconnected way with other people who you don't even know, and everyone just being able to speak on, oh my gosh, I see that in my life, this is so timely right now, this is what I needed to hear. And you're getting information layered, you're
Hmm.
getting this powerful theme. Like, so for example, freedom, and then you got a powerful maxim, then you got the the chakra, then you got the numerology associated with it, the platonic solid. And so we got all these dimensions to see this level of truth, and there's a little additional blurb, and it's always landing and beautiful to like I said, to see that interconnectedness, and you leave with something, and
Yep.
it's free, well, the only thing that you got to pay for is your time and energy to sit and gain that elevation. So
Yeah.
yeah, enjoy that.
And the as always, I always like to highlight whether it be the things of the Sun's doing or like in the Studio One. I always like to highlight the things that are being done as labors of love or acts of service that are paying it forward. So like I shared before, I really can't stress this enough. If you need to just get a little taste of what it's about, you can get on the free session. It's a group card pool for the whole group, the consciousness that is going on and being operated within the group. So if you want a taste of some of what these experiences are, whether it be working within the Studio One or of the Sun, there's multiple ways and things that a person can engage with to just get a little sample. Now, I want to say a couple things. Number one, let everybody know I'm live here in Florida with the children. I'm spending the weekend with my children. So, saying that to say, if a little head pops in or you hear a little child walk over and say, Daddy, something, that's what it is. So, this is real life, Friday night. This is what's going on. So, just let everybody know, this is you all are extension of the family at this point, so that's what it's gonna be. And two, and I'm saying that because I'm, your dad instinct, my daddy instincts are going off. I can feel already. I can feel one of them kind of looking around, like, what's going on? Let me go bug him. Oh, okay. Back to the shout outs. we got. I see some new names, new faces. We got Rosemary. Greetings, everyone. UK, first time here with you. Rosemary from the UK. You're here with us. You're about 5 hours past us, right? It was late night for you. I love that. Um, Rebecca Faye with the butterfly. Good evening. First time I've seen you in the chat. Good evening, Rebecca. Appreciate your time being a part of this conversation. Gina, appreciate the breathwork sessions from Minnesota. I was just saying I wanted to learn more breathwork, and boom, here you are, sending gratitude. Yes, Tavares, we're grateful. We're grateful for you bringing this forward. Again, this is another labor of love. This is another kind of offering of just sharing what you have found to work, sharing it with your extended family. So we are grateful for that. I did want to touch on one more thing before we start to transition into the actual meditation or preparation for it, which I would let everybody know now. Well, what they need to be, not need to be, but if you'd like to be somewhere where you can be for the breath of fire. Don't you kind of want to be erect, Tavares? Is that right?
Most certainly.
Okay.
Most certainly.
So you want to be somewhere where you can be sitting erect. Do they need water or anything, or maybe if they're feeling it?
If you're feeling it, but don't drink too much, because we're gonna be engaging the diaphragm muscle and pumping and movement with the stomach area. So you don't really want water sloshing around too
I got
much.
a boat coming across on the background right here, which is so funny. I hear it
Bro,
coming.
the views are so scenic, man. With the sun setting, and
Oh, awesome.
it's glorious.
Okay. So one last thing I want to say before we um, get into the breathwork part of the session is when you were speaking about the call for the truth cards, you actually use them, don't you? When you do a quantum like property clearing, don't you do a little? spread or a pool, Call for the Truth
Mhm.
card pool, and you put it into the report.
Yeah, it's
Yes.
embedded in there.
So you utilize the Call for the Truth cards as a like a foundational part of the service you offer.
Most certainly,
That's
it
awesome.
will help people literally see what is the truth that we need to see within this household, and it's paired up with another reading that we do, identifying different frequencies. But again, the through the lens of the energy centers and really clarifying what aspects of themselves that they need to work on. So it's pretty cool because the person who's the client, they can see themselves, but they can also see if they're living in the house with someone else, their lover, their friend, their children through that lens. Again, moving literally into embodying truth and harmonious relationship. And here comes the babies.
All right, I'm gonna let them say hey real quick, and then I'm gonna send them in because I gotta acknowledge them.
Yeah,
All right, you know who that is?
Money boy.
Baby,
That's Uncle T.
I got
What's up,
teeth.
man?
Can I say hi?
This is Amani, everyone. All righty,
Money boy.
to make your way to the room, okay?
Daddy.
Yes. Let's let you say hi real quick. All right, we got one more because we got.
Lisi.
Hello.
All right, this is Elysian, everyone. Greetings, greetings, greetings. All right, I'm gonna finish this call. Okay, we're gonna do this, and then I'll be right in. All right, and we'll finish. We'll talk about what you. All right, go ahead and close the door behind you. Thank you. Thank you. Sorry about that.
Oh, good. It's a nice warm energy to bring to the video for sure, and it's
Yeah,
great seeing their faces as well.
I know.
So,
In there. All right. So, I would like to say Sadell just came in. Grand Rising, beautiful people.
yeah, look at
And she said, "In Lakesh and Veritas, may peace of God be upon you." Um,
every time Sadell gives those greetings, take it in like
Yes.
throwing it all at us. We appreciate you.
Gina said, "Hey, kiddos." All righty. All right. So T,
Yes.
if we may, let's get right to it. Okay, we're gonna do it like we did last time. I'm gonna give you an opportunity to get the ball rolling. I'm gonna put you on the primary screen and get that going good, and we'll
Okay.
touch bases on the back end.
All right, may I have a just a moment or two to explain to them, make sure that
Yes,
they're aware of what we're okay. All right,
let's get
got
to it. No
it. All right,
worries.
wonderful. So, greetings in Nimlikesh and Veritas, everyone. Welcome again to High Frequency Living Elevation at Night. And it's getting dark over there where Hod is, and living true to the name. We're going to be going into the Breath of Fire, and the Breath of Fire is a very popular breathwork meditation. Many people understand this through the term pranayama, and which is literally this idea of breathing or deep breathing. And this breath of fire is a little strenuous. We're gonna be working the muscles here, but like Ahat said, we're gonna go through a lighter process of it where it won't be too hard, but it's gonna stretch you. And so, breath of fire, I'll explain what the breath is and some of those benefits, and then we'll dive right into it. So, breath of fire is a rapid exhalation through the nose. And when we do it, your body automatically inhales. It's, if I had to relate it to anything, it's akin to blowing your nose. And when you do that, I would encourage you try that out, and you will notice that your stomach goes in when you exhale like that, and then it automatically inhales. So we just simply want to focus on the exhale with this and continue rapid exhalations. We're not going to go too fast. We're going to go at a nice tempo so we can get in the groove, really feel that breath, really move into the body, and start feeling the energy. And it's called breath of fire for a reason, because you start kindling the fire specifically within your solar plexus. The thing that I like about breath work exercises, specifically breath of fire, is that you are really engaged with your body, and there are these physical benefits that are happening, such as one, purification and detoxification. And if you've been following us, we have been speaking quite a bit on the Other Sun live stream about this. So that diaphragm and those abdominal muscles, they're gonna help pump and start getting the lymph system activated, expelling toxins. Is going to help with your circulatory support, where all that rapid oxygen is going to help improve the blood flow. That's automatically going to energize you. And that's another thing. When you do breath of fire, this can be like caffeine. This can be like a shot of energy for you. You know, for people who looking to work late night, or you get up in the morning, do some breath of fire and watch that energy light up. And again, it's called breath of fire for a reason, because we are activating the solar plexus. And so this kindling of the inner light, the inner fire, spark that fire. I mean, it's kind of innate within it. But some of the other things that are really great about this is digestive activation and digestive support. Again, a lot of this is dealing with your solar plexus, foods that we've eaten, emotional congestion, because sometimes we can't digest emotions. Do that breath of fire. Watch that fire burn through that emotion. Watch that fire. The breath of fire will also help you in general with the breaking down and the digesting of food. When you're doing these rapid breaths and that abdomen or is pumping in and out, you're stimulating the inner organs that don't really get much stimulation. So this type of engagement is doing so much. It seems so simple, but it's so profound and so deep. Some of the other things that you're going to get, like I said, the energy is going to be off the charts, focus and clarity, uh, relieve stress, balancing your emotions. And this is usually an integral part of what people refer to as Kundalini exercises, where you're raising the life force energy up the spine. We're not getting into all of that tonight. However, we're about to activate the fire, though. So, specifically the solar plexus. So, there will be energetic activation. So, I encourage you all who are about that life, tune into what your solar plexus feels like, because we're gonna be paying attention to that. So with that being said, I want to share with you what our process is going to look like. At first, I wanted to do the breath of fire that we have in the advanced quantum light property clearing class. After further discussion with the high, we were like, nah, don't do that. So we're going to condense it, but it's still going to be really good. So what we'll do is 3 rounds, 30 seconds per round. And I want you to kind of breathe at your own pace. I'm going to set a tone, but I encourage you, move into the flow of what works for you. That's so important, to be where you are, accept where you are. It's not about ego. It's not about, I got to breathe fast or I'm breathing too slow. No, be where you are, but keep the rhythm, because when we're doing breath work, it's that rhythmic motion that gets you in tune with the energy and the cycles and everything, and it permeates all the levels. So with that being said, each round we'll breathe for 30 seconds, and then we're going to do a deep cleansing inhale, exhale. I'll guide you on this, and then we're going to take 3 cleansing inhales, and we're going to hold on the retention. And then what I want you all to do, the muscle in the perineum, the muscle that's at the base of your spine that you usually use to hold your bladder, we want to pulse that. So just squeeze it. It's kind of like Kegels, essentially. That is a spiritual muscle that helps move the energy up your spinal column. Many spiritual teachings in the East talk a lot about how they call them bindis in India, the bindi lock. where you got several different bendies in the body. Like I said, we're not going to go too deep into it, but we're going to pulse that perineum and feel the energy raise up. And I also want you to focus on your third eye. So we're doing a couple of different things. I'll cue you all up, and then we're going to release. We're going to hold that for about 15 seconds, so it won't be too long. We'll release, and then we're going to feel the energy in the solar plexus. Just place our hand a little outside of, away from our solar plexus, and just kind of get a sense of what that feels like. We're going to do that each round because energy will be building up, and this is something that's palpable that you can sense. So we're about to get turned up. This is so exciting. And again, this is something that runs usually 17 minutes, and we're condensing this until about 6 minutes. And after those 3 rounds, we'll just kind of settle in, feel the energy, and then we'll conclude from there. So with that being said, I trust that you have found yourself in a comfortable meditative state. And if you have, I invite you to take 3 deep cleansing inhales with me, breathing in life for 4 seconds. Exhaling for 6. Feel the shoulders drop, muscles loosening up, releasing all tension as you breathe in life for 4. Exhale for 6, and feel the support of the life force moving through you. Surrender to life, surrender to the support as you breathe in life for 4. Exhale 6. Finding yourself in stillness. Now at this time, I want you to take your left hand and place this over your solar plexus, just a few inches away, and feel the energy of your solar plex. What does it feel like right now? Making a mental note of the energetic state that is in. We'll continue to observe and monitor as we progress. And now, with our hands placed on our laps, we'll begin to set our timer. Oh, just a second. Let's make sure we got our timer. And we'll begin to set our timer for 30 seconds now. Deep, powerful cleansing inhale and exhale. 3 inhales and hold. And while you hold your breath, pulse your perineum muscle. Keeping your awareness on your third eye. And release. Take a deep cleansing inhale. We're resetting. We'll begin with our second round. And as you move into it, ensure that you're taking powerful breaths as you exhale. And before we move to our next round, placing your hand just a few inches away from your solar plexus. Notice the energy in this area. Do you notice any pressure? Any buildup of energy? And bringing ourselves back to stillness, we'll proceed with our second round. begin. Deep cleansing inhale and exhale. 3 inhales and hold, pulsing the perineum with your focus on your third eye. Feel the energy raising up. And release. Take another deep cleansing inhale, exhale as we reset. And once again, place your palm a few inches away from your solar plexus, noticing the buildup of the energy. Notice the increase of the energy in this area. You may even notice your hand subtly feeling pushed out further away. And allowing yourself to move back to stillness. This will be our final round. And begin. Deep cleansing inhale, exhale. 3 inhales and hold. And pulse as you bring awareness to your third eye. Notice your awareness to your third eye guides your energy up your spine. And release. Returning back to stillness. Feel the energy that has been building up within your physical and energy body. And one last time, we'll take our hand and place it a few inches in front of our solar plexus, sensing the increase in storing of the energy in our solar plexus. I encourage to move your hand back and forth to feel the density of the energy of your solar plex. Notice how far out this energy radiates from this simple practice. Yes, very nice. I can feel you all tuning into it. And take another deep cleansing inhale and exhale. On that exhale, just moving ourselves into a state of gratitude, appreciation for our practice, for the life force that we are forever connected to, for the sovereignty and power that exists within us, that is accessible through the breath. And Lakesh and Veritas, everyone.
Thank you to Boris. Give everybody a moment to get get themselves back.
I'm cracking up at myself right now. It's when I open my eyes and they're like chinky eyes. So feeling good.
All right, everybody, hit up that chat and let us know what your experience was. You can do a number experience. You can do a I'm getting some gratitude. You can do a descriptive experience. You can get something simple. Let me know what the consensus on that experience is. Actually, Tavares, I wanted to say a thought I had, which is just I don't know why or how it was being tied together. However, sorry. However, it was that you when you're about to teach this quantum light property clearing classes and you're teaching your students to do this breath of fire work, and it's like you're giving them the juice and the power that they need in order to and of course there's levels to the power and levels to the juice and all, but it's like you're like doing a practice that before you ever start clearing, before you even start learning about clearing, it's like tap into your power, claim your power, claim your juice, and I could feel that it's so uplifting and so empowering in so many different manners to just do and I say simple, although I know they're not easy and simple. I mean, you know what I mean? They're not easy, but they are simple in process.
Mhm.
I just think it's so amazing. It's so great that you have these kind of resources to give your students in the quantum light property clearing class right out the gate to start. I just think that's so cool, and it's so cool that we're sharing, and you're giving these little bits of guidance even um, along these kind of ways. Although it's going to be far more extended once they get into your class.
Well, certainly, it's a pleasure to hear that bounced back and the perception of the gift and
Yeah,
the idea of breathing. It seems like such a simple thing, but we only did this for about 3 minutes, and I'm turned up. I'm like,
yeah,
whoa, and it's again tapping into power where you can clear yourself, you could energize yourself all through your breath. Yeah, you're getting that and then some. So best believe if you do that 17-minute meditation, you are going to be flame on. Gonna be on a whole nother level if you think this was something.
yeah. That's Stacy said. Thank you for the mental clarity. She said she'll be tapping back into this video, and that's what I highly recommend. Is like I've said this even with the whole Pono ones, even with the one we did last week. Utilize. I mean, it's out here. It's your content. It's on the internet. So until YouTube goes down or something, it's gonna be available. So utilize this resource to tap in and just re-listen to it. You can cue it up right at when the meditation starts. If you don't want to hear our mouths, that's fine.
Right? Yeah, just
get
get to the meditation.
Right, exactly. Just get to it and get whatever there is to be gained. I know it's kind of choppy a little bit. I'm gonna read a few other things. Sadell said, "Thank you. I love you. Please forgive me. I'm sorry. You all are amazing. I thank God for connecting me with you all. This experience was great. Man, I love to hear that. Love that. All right. And Lakesh Studio says, awesome. Very powerful. Yes, ma'am. Rebecca, I hope I'm saying that right, says thank you, showing gratitude. Gina, absolutely awesome. Definitely gives us energy. She got that smoke that smoke coming behind her.
Oh
Thank you,
yeah.
much gratitude. Rosemary, I feel orgasmic and flame on. I love that. Let's
That
go.
part.
That's what we're doing. That's what we're doing. Awesome, man. Powerful, man. I appreciate everybody kind of just touching in and expressing what you feel, what you experience, your gratitude in whatever ways. As I always say, uh, this is our small little mighty group right now for these lives and these meditations, these high frequency living practices. However, we will grow in our impact and our power personally and as a collective, and our collective will grow as well. So, as good as we get with the different practices that we have, and the more comfortable we get with them, and the more we use them, the more impact we'll have in our other areas of our reach in the world. And I think a representation of that is going to be how these group sessions go, how they grow, how we see new faces and new people. All that will be a direct replication of how we're growing with the practices that we're getting. That's how I see it, and that's my intention for it. So y'all can just, enjoy the ride. T, did you want to give any other little notes or highlights of anything in relationship either to the breath work or to connection to any other areas?
Yeah, two things. One regarding breath and some other things we got going on. Here out of the sun, our focus is cleaning and clearing. This exercise can help clear you. It's a method of clearing, essentially. So I mentioned or alluded to the idea of if you're feeling some type of energetic congestion, you can literally engage in this. And a lot of us are dealing with, I mean, all of humanity, solar plexus issues, issues with personal power, or somebody might say something to you, you feel some type of way. Do this breath of fire, burn that up within you, you know, transmute it through the breath and gain that elevation. So, again, this is another useful tool to keep yourself clear. And it's our desire to make sure that you have tools available to you. And then, of course, you know, that you utilize them. That part's on you. Free will, free won't. And then, secondly, we have the energy hygiene class making its way back. This is a class that I teach that's part of our core curriculum. And again, teaching the foundations of energy hygiene. And this encapsulates concepts such as universal laws and principles that are needed to be understood, the dynamics of energy, because when we're tapping into energy hygiene, it's not just you keeping yourself clear, it's understanding what can clearing do for you and how keeping yourself clear can assist you with having greater influence, multidimensional influence over your everyday experience. And I was just having a conversation with Laota about this concept of directing light. And uh, we are doing it not just within our quantum light property clearings, but we do it in the mundane while I'm washing dishes, while I'm making a meal, making a juice, and the response and the feedback is palpable. I do it when I'm on the phone with customer service. I had customer service today, incorrect
Mm.
delivery, and I'm like, we're not tripping and clear the path, but I'm also going to beam light into this chat online, this customer service chat, and so this idea of your energy hygiene practices and filling yourself up with light, you can have a greater influence over your external reality to move into trajectories that are more favorable. So join us, and again, this also keeps this. It's like a form of protection as well. There's so many things embedded within it, but again, it's teach you, but also equip you with the tools in the supportive setting. So that's going to be kicking off on the second week of September. We got to update the website, get those classes up there. I know I got a couple of people who are interested in taking the class right now. So we'll make sure that's available by next week. And that was pretty much what I have right now.
And Essential Tribe hopped in the chat, and the Kesha Veritas said, I loved the energy hygiene class. She didn't say she liked it. She didn't say it was cool. I'm okay. You know what? I'm just gonna let y'all know. I'm guessing Essential Tribe is a woman. That's just what my intuition is saying because I don't know the name to the account. However, either way, I love the energy hygiene class. Love, that's great. I love to hear that. And I'm glad you brought that up so I can just wrap up with a little scope of what's going on um, just within the next 60 days or so. Uh, September, energy hygiene class is the featured class of the month. It will be, as Tavares has said, for the month of September. It'll start the second week of the month. It'll run consecutively for 3 Wednesdays in a row. It'll be about an hour and a half to 2 hours a week for 3 consecutive Wednesdays, starting at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Um, yeah, starting at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, second Wednesday of the month. That will run through the course of September. The specific purpose for running the energy hygiene class in September is because it is one of the four prerequisite classes that one needs to take to participate in the quantum light property clearing class that is in October. So we have energy hygiene class, one mind connection, DNA activation, and calibration class. Those are the four classes that are the prerequisites for quantum light property clearing class. This month, currently, we are finishing up DNA activation and one mind connection. So we have quite a few people who are looking to get prerequisites done so that they can get into quantum light property clearing class. So this is how this is going to work. If you hear my voice and you have done one or two of the four classes that are needed to be prerequisites for quantum light property clearing class, and you need to put together or devise a plan, a master plan to make sure that you can take this quantum light property clearing class in October, this is how we will make that happen. This is the concise version, and you can always reach out to me at contact@ofthesun.com. That's an email. You can contact@ofthesun.com. Email me. I'll reach out to you. We can talk and get more details hashed out. Or you can, on the website, on the homepage, www.ofthesun.com, you can sign up for a free discovery call. It's a consultation. It's not going to take too much time. We know I'll probably run it 20 to 30 minutes, if that, depending on how efficient our discussion is. And I will make sure you have whatever you need to be set up to take what you're looking to take working with Of the Sun. Um, that being said, you can take energy hygiene class next month live. We are also going to make available in one-on-one sessions. This is a one-time thing for only the month of September. We're going to make DNA activation and one mind connection for anybody who is not able to make this current month's class that we're in. We're going to make it available as a one-on-one session so that you can have the prerequisite done in preparation for quantum light property clearing class. So they'll take energy hygiene with you for the ones who haven't taken it. If you have taken it but you haven't taken DNA or one mind, let me know. I'll make it available as a one-on-one session so that you can get that class that you need available to you. And we have calibration class. We will be selling the pre-recorded set of the calibration class, the 3 class bundle basically, as a pre-recorded thing. It'll be about 5 hours of class time or so that you can take on your own time at any point between now and October 1st. And it'll be a slightly discounted rate because the person will not have had it live. However, that will be how you can get your prerequisites in if you are anxious about getting into this quantum light property clearing class, which is the only one we'll be doing for the foreseeable months to come into next year.
2026.
Yeah. So, um, like I said, what I really recommend is rather than just trying to hold that information, just reach out to me. Just set up that discovery call or send an email. We'll have a discussion. We'll make it clear. We'll spell out what the plan will be. We'll figure out what adjustments need to be made. We'll figure out what arrangements need to be made. Whatever that is, we'll make it happen. I want to keep this. I kind of want to end on that note of the anticipation of the big things to come. Is there anything else that I missed that needs to be covered, Tavares?
Just that if people want to join us in the light body movement, get activated. We were mentioning earlier about the power of pulling light directly into your being. Who and what are you? You're light. Everything else is light. Get with it. Remember who you are. So we are actively, as a group, moving into this reality where we're anchoring it in the most practical sense. And as I mentioned, you cultivate that light, start directing that light into matter, because it's your consciousness, it's your light that influences matter for better or for worse. So we do this every first, second, third, and fourth Sunday. It's a subscription, $45 a month. You're with us an hour and a half in person, or excuse me, live, or you can get the pre-recordings. And plus, because we're about to jump into the throat chakra now, you have access to all the previous recordings, the root, the sacral, solar plexus, and the heart, all the meditations associated, which is at least 1 to 2, and in some cases 3 to 4 meditations available, along with class documents. So join us in this pursuit of embodying light.
Yes, sir. Way to go. Let's do it. I love that. Perfect ending. Thank you very much, Tavares. Thank you very much,
A
everyone who's
pleasure.
been a part of this high frequency living, Elevation After Dark. Yep. And
Yeah.
stay tuned for, we'll definitely be doing something Monday, midday, some kind of meditation, most likely abundance and prosperity, because we all need some of that. Then we'll have Inlakesh Studio One, most likely on Wednesday, doing a curated meditation that Diane has to offer us. So we'll definitely be doing that, and then we'll see what Friday's looking like or Saturday's looking like for the weekend session. Okay. Thank you again, everyone. Have a great evening, and Lakesh and Veritas.
Catch me, Veritas.